Hollen virtually.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank all the witnesses for your service. Congratulations on your nominations. Ms. McCarty, a question regarding the Sustainable Development Goals at the United Nations. We've gotten a recent report indicating that since the onset of COVID-19, we've seen an increase in extreme poverty, declines in educational achievement, increased violence against women and girls, and other trends that threaten to reverse some of the positive development gains that we've made in recent decades. The Economic and Social Council of the United Nations has the main responsibility for integrating, addressing these issues across different UN agencies. What goals do you think we need to be most focused on when it comes to regaining lost ground? Where have we lost the most ground, and what role can you play, and the United States play, in trying to catch up?
Senator, thank you very much for that question and for flagging what really is an ancillary impact of the COVID epidemic that we all need to keep very much within our lines of sight. The truth is the U.S. has driven so much of that global development progress over many decades, and it is now all at risk. I do think, Senator, the SDGs present a very important roadmap for how to bring the global community together in a common effort to ensure that we're trying to regain ground on all those issues that you just mentioned, whether it's food insecurity, increasing rates of poverty, already mentioned with Senator Shaheen, children out of school. The list is quite long, and many of the SDGs directly address those risk areas, Senator. So there are ones focused on health, on education, on economic well-being, on the climate. I think we actually have to be very strategic, look where the needs are right now most acute, and then try to prioritize action around those SDGs first. But I just be clear, Senator, in saying I know Secretary Blinken has embraced the SDGs as a roadmap for development, and I think one of the real values that they bring is they do provide a path, a common path, and set benchmarks for progress. So if confirmed for the position, Senator, I'd very much look forward to focusing on the SDGs as a key component of my work. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Maybe you can follow up with respect to which areas you think are in most need of focused attention right now. Mr. Chairman, can you still hear me?
I can, Senator.
I think I don't know, Ms. Carty, just a follow-up question for you. According to a July report by the International Service for Human Rights, China has repeatedly used its seat on ECOSOC to block applications from NGOs working on human rights issues, and not only blocking NGOs working in China, but China's essentially acted as a shield for other authoritarian regimes. Are you familiar with this situation, and what would you do about it if confirmed?
Senator, thanks very much. I'm not familiar with that specific report, but I'm certainly familiar with the broad issue at stake here. And just I would say to start that we have to be very clear we can leave no space for China to try to undermine the fundamental values and principles of the UN system. We have seen this play out very specifically in the NGO committee, which is the committee that accredits NGOs for UN representation. I've worked at many points over my career, Senator, with non-governmental organizations, and I fully understand the importance of the perspective they can bring to the table. They must be there, but it must be legitimate, credible NGOs that are there. If confirmed for this position, I would work across the NGO committee to ensure that entities that should be at the table are, particularly those that China might seek to deny a place to, perhaps NGOs working on human rights or press freedoms or other broad democracy and governance issues. And I would ensure that those that do not belong at the table do not have a place. Thanks, Senator.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank all of you. I have some questions to submit for the record, but congratulations to all.
Thank you. Senator Kane.